Welcome back to another Sculpt Session Sunday. I'm your host, Sash, and I am here with the beautiful Mandizzle with the shizzle.
Hi guys.
And Mans and I are going to be talking about something that I feel like anyone who's been in the fitness world on their fitness journey could relate to, and that is how the gym gives you confidence. And beyond just giving you confidence in working out, going, to the gym, I feel like it pours into so many other areas of your life because of the lessons that you learn as you're in your fitness journey, right? So I really just want to dive into just having a conversation of, do you think the gym made you feel more comfortable, or did it help you like discover your confidence?
I I'll be honest, the gym made me extremely uncomfortable at first. I mean, I think I've talked about it before where when I first started going to the gym, I was hiding in like empty studios with like 5 pound dumbbells, like
Yeah,
just trying to understand how to even like move my body. So, but now knowing what I know, we know that we like grow in discomfort. And as it started getting a little bit easier, I was familiar with the gym layout. I started very slowly seeing like my body start changing. It wasn't like, don't get me wrong, it was really freaking cool to like look in the mirror and be like, oh, I just saw like a little muscle pop and my waist is like snatching in. That was great. And in a like superficial sense, that did make me feel confident. But what it really came down to was I was super uncomfortable. I made myself go to the gym. I made myself stick with it. And now I'm like, oh, okay. I did something hard. If I
yeah,
can do that, what else can I do that I've previously been telling myself that I like can't do?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Did
that's
you?
a really good point. That's a really amazing point. And it's true, right? Like I very similarly could relate when I first started going to the gym. I was nervous because I didn't know how to use the certain machines. I didn't know what to do. I would also kind of like stay in my little corner. Like there were like four leg machines that were right next to each other, and I would just like circle around them because I didn't really know much different, and I was like scared of looking silly or people knowing that I'm new here, and extremely uncomfortable, a lot of discomfort. It, like you said, it was hard, and I believe that the fact that we push through that hard and that discomfort and prove to ourselves that we are people who can do something hard, we can do something uncomfortable, we can learn something that is completely new to us, and not just learn it, but get good at it. And now not just get good at it, but now also be able to teach it to other people. That builds so much of that internal validation. Like I feel like we're just validating to ourselves that we are this kind of person. And I'm sure that there was a point in your life, and maybe other people listening, and definitely myself, where besides just like the confidence, like that rolled into other areas of your life, like your self-respect, following through on your own word, keeping the promises that you make to yourself, having discipline, the relationships that you have, the people that you were friends with, the people that you were around. Like, I have a very different outlook now on excuses, on trying to validate childish behavior, just like so many different factors of like, oh, I can't eat the same meals because I don't like eating the same thing every day, and I can't eat the same thing every day. It's like, really? Like, okay, then you have to do the hard thing of logging in your new foods every single day. You're not willing to do that. Build a bridge, get over it, eat the same thing every day. I didn't like eating the same thing every day. I know that there are people that I don't like reheating my food. I can't eat second day food. It's like, yes, you can. Because if you go to a restaurant and you get takeout from your favorite place, you will be eating it the next day for lunch. So let's try again. Or I don't have time to go to the gym. It's like, yes, you do. Open up your screen time. You got 8 hours that you were on your phone. You could dedicate one of those to going to the gym. You could wake up earlier. Or my biggest thing was I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. I'm a night owl. I work better under pressure. And I still like pressure. Like I like having a packed schedule. I enjoy just knowing that I'm like I have this much time to get a task done, and like that I enjoy that. But that is not the only way that I get stuff done now, right? I broke the whole I'm a night owl and I function better at night because that was really just not sustainable with the life that I was trying to build for myself. And all of that, the way that all of it does end up stemming into the gym is because every single time that you've shown up to the gym, I've shown up to the gym when we didn't want to, when we didn't know what to do, when we didn't feel like it, we took those votes for ourselves. Like, every time you do something that's hard, you're casting votes for yourself that you are a person that could do the hard things.
Hmm. Yeah. I I think, tell me if you had the same experience, but when I started out, I feel like everything that I noticed as far as like newfound confidence, everything was superficial at first. Like I said, like you see a muscle pop, you see your waist snatching, you see your glutes looking a little rounder. Or, you know, I very distinctly remember at the time when when I first started like working out, I was coming off of a divorce. I was trying to sell like the house that we had lived in together. So I was temporarily staying with one of my girlfriends. She was a travel nurse. So like I still had the whole house to myself. I was watching her house for her as she traveled. And I remember catching a glimpse of like myself in the mirror after a shower. And I had these little um I feel like such a basic bitch. I had these little pair of like cheeky booty shorts from Victoria's Secret that were like a coral pink, which like looks good on every single skin tone, makes you like look a little bit tanner, so you
Mhm.
look a little bit more toned and defined. And I remember catching a glimpse of myself and being like, that's what I look like in these now? Because that's not how I looked like in these panties 6 months ago. And
Yeah.
like, so that started boosting that internal like validation and confidence for me. And it wasn't until I was probably a couple years like removed from it that I look back and I'm like, oh, it's because we showed up. It's
Yeah.
because we started these new identities and because I did the hard things. That's really where the confidence came from. But like when you're still kind of like in the midst of it, it just is like, oh, I'm so pretty. Look at these
And
muscles.
that's fine for it to start like that. Like, it's
Yeah.
fine for it to start like that, and it's fine for you to still have that. Like, still to this day, I have a great workout. I want to see my pump. I'm taking a pump picture. I'm like, wow, it looks good. My butt looks good. My back looks good. My shoulders are looking good. Like, have a good workout, pumped up, excited, whatever. And that's fine. You could still continue having those moments where you're like, you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you're like, yeah, I did that. That's my hard work. And if that is how it starts for you, which I'm sure that's how it starts for a lot of people, it started like that for me when I first started seeing a little bit of glute growth, when I started seeing like some abs coming in on my stomach, when I started, then it ended up like I started caring a lot about how I was looking, but I was also caring a lot about how much weight I was using and how
Mhm.
strong I was getting. And now it was, oh, I gotta be strong. I have to lift more than that guy that's next to me. Like I have to, like there was this I was almost like in a competition with everyone, but really it was only with myself. But I was like, I need to do more than this person. But like I just wanted to be the hardest worker in the room. Like I just wanted to because I had already fed myself this proof that I can do hard things. So I'm like, oh, I could do hard things. Now I got to do the hardest thing. Now I got to be the hardest worker. Now I have to like take it to the max. I was also very competitive growing up, like just in the sports and everything that I did. So yeah, right?
Was.
Well, I still
Was.
am. I still am. I still am very competitive, but like in it's not in a negative way as it
Right.
used to be before. And it is really cool to see how, it starts with that, but then it carries into so many other areas because even though in the beginning of my fitness journey and in the beginning of yours, it started for, reasons of like, it didn't start because you wanted to optimize your health and you wanted to
Oh no.
get healthy and you wanted to do this, that, and the third. It started because you wanted to get hot, you wanted to build a butt, you wanted to have a hot boyfriend, like
I,
you wanted to get revenge on bad boyfriends and whatever ex-boyfriends, whatever the case may be. Like, yeah, that's how
Mhm.
it could have started. And it's really cool to see the evolution because it has evolved into something where it's like my complete standards of absolutely everything has changed because of that initial start. Like that's where we started versus that's where the road started, and this is where the journey has led us to, is to now being so picky about the people that you spend your time with because you understand how valuable that time is. The promises that you make to other people, that you make to yourself, that you keep, that you do, like the things that you do, the ways that you act, the people that you talk to, the environments, the content that you consume. Like I remember when I had first started, I was still watching like oh my God, I used to love watching like Blacklist and NCIA and like NCIS, whatever, all of those like TV drama, police shooting, murder, this, that, whatever. Even the music that I listened to, like everything was like very like intense, aggressive. And it's interesting, like here and there, I'll still listen to rap. I love rap. It has a good place in my heart, and a good action movie here and there is good too. But I even noticed like those shifts where it's like, ooh, all right, this doesn't align with me anymore. These people don't align with me anymore. People who don't take care of themselves, who don't care about themselves enough to get some movement in during the day or pay a little bit closer attention to how they treat their body and treat themselves. Like I want to distance myself from
Mhm.
that in like a close environment. So it's really cool to see how that evolution also happens, and it all stemmed from this initial like wanting to change your physique, but now completely led into a completely different lifestyle
Yeah, no, truly.
and
And
like way
then,
of living.
well, and I would also argue, like, I think it's very few individuals that come into this life and just have this inherent self-trust, right? We all get burned along the way, and we have to kind of like learn to understand our own gut instincts and like not rely on external validation. And I think that's definitely a part of that journey. And I know, you know, this conversation initially sounds like we're kind of talking to newbies in the gym, but an example I want to point out, aside from all of the great ones you just gave and how it helps us like evolve your life and upgrade it, is you made a post, girl, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks ago. And I remember kind of thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, that's a really great post. It wasn't anything deep. It was like, it was about lifting. You were showing how you were getting acquainted or like reacquainted with doing
Hmm.
like the reverse hack squats and
Oh,
like making
yes,
sure
yes,
you're,
yes.
yeah. And what I remember thinking, I'm like, that is a really cool piece of content and that's really valuable because you're not a new lifter. And it shows people, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing this, um, you're doing something, let's, for all intents and purposes, call it new, even though you've done it like way before. It's new. It made you a little uncomfortable, but it's also like showing, hey, I trust myself enough now. I'm going to take this slow. I'm gonna do something weird. I'm not gonna worry about if anyone else is looking at me. Like in the beginning with the 4 leg machines, you're like, am I doing this right? I don't know.
Yeah.
So even as like experienced gym goers and lifters and athletes, like there'll still come something up. For you, it was like the reverse hack machine, which I thought was so neat. And now seeing you up your weight when you build that confidence in your form.
Yeah.
And then like for me, having to have healed or still working on it, to be honest with you, like that tight glute, my left glute that I have, so it's kind of been hindering like the amount of weight I can use. I got super challenged with physical therapy. To me, mastering those very, like, they look like they're very easy moves, like exercise moves, oh my god, I was sore for
Hard.
4 days. 4 days. And but like doing it, like it does give you a boost of confidence, even though like again, we've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole different confidence ball game too that I just thought was really cool to see.
No, for sure. And I love that you brought that up because it's also interesting. I remember when my coach programmed this exercise for me. It's like with the Smith machine, the reverse hypers, where you're like
Yeah.
laying on the bench and you're kicking up. And I remember when she programmed that for me and I saw it, and for a second I was like, there's no way I'm doing this in a public gym. And like the second that the thought went through my head, it was like devil angel. I immediately was like, and why the fuck not? Like, and why not? And it's crazy because that moment that I had, I think it was a couple months later, I built out a client's program. I added those into her program. I was like, I want her to do these because she's gonna feel that burn. Like we really want to get that upper glute building, like whatever the case is. She sends me a text and she's like, Sasha, I really don't feel comfortable doing this at the gym. I'm like, why not? I'm like, is it the form that you're concerned about? Is it like whether you're doing it correctly? Because you know how we attach the videos with every
Yeah.
exercise, so
Yeah.
you can see how you do it. That's how both Mandy and I run our coaching. You can see the exercise, how to do it, instructions, whatever. And she's like, no, I just feel like everyone's watching me doing this exercise. And I remember telling her, I said, and now imagine one of those girls comes up to you and asks you what you're doing, and you tell her that your ass is on fire, and she asks you to show her the movement, and then you show her, and then she does it, and now her ass is on fire, and now everyone's building glutes. I'm like, we're thinking that people are looking at us and judging us. And sure, they may be. And who cares? Because there will be one person who sees you doing that, who was scared or shy to do that before, that now you're also unknowingly building their confidence. Like without even knowing you're making a change in someone else's life. And I had that conversation with her and I told her, like, worst case scenario, I'll swap it out for something else for you. Like, if you really don't want to do it. But more than anything, if it's not the exercise that's hurting you or the form that you're concerned about, but the concern is now this discomfort of doing a funky movement in front of other people, I'm going to push you a little bit. I want you to do that. I want you to grow in that way. I want you to be a little bit uncomfortable somewhere because now you've gotten a little bit too comfortable at the gym doing everything that you're doing, and let's challenge that a little bit. Let's do something that, yeah, people might look at you and be like, or the other example is, like a client that doesn't, or you don't want to go too heavy because you don't want to make like a little noise pushing it back up, or you get like worried about like adding too much weight because you're gonna fail. And so what?
Mm-hmm.
And so what? Like those are confidence boosters because when that does happen, when you do fail, when you do make that noise, when you do an exercise that you're not sure about, when you look confused around a new machine because you've never used it before, and the world doesn't crash and burn when that happens, that builds a completely different level for
I
yourself.
mean, and to that point too, nobody, because I will make noises now. I used to not because I would like I started out working out by myself, but then when I went to a new gym, I would lift with a friend. So like we didn't have earbuds in or whatever. And there was this guy who would literally do like 5 plates on each side. That like he's huge though. He's like 6'6", like linebacker. Like he would just always be like, "Rah!" And look at each other like, what the fuck? But then like as I started getting stronger and lifting and I wanted to challenge myself more, I'm like, I can't lift this safely unless I am inhaling and exhaling, and sometimes noise comes with that. And then that's what I started realizing
Like
too.
a or
Yeah,
something.
the
I've listened to,
majority,
yeah.
everyone's got their earbuds in and they can't even hear you. And if they have them out and they're with a friend or whatever,
And if
what
they
you
hear
want,
you making a grunt, like there's the obnoxious grunts where they're like yelling and screaming, I'm like, all right, let's take it easy.
lightweight,
Yeah,
baby.
please take it easy. But like if you make a little noise or if you're like pushing yourself, I sometimes count my reps not out loud. Like I'm not like 1, 2, but like I'll be like one more, one more. And like I'll hear it back. Like after I record
Uh-huh.
myself working out, I'm like, oh shit. Like I said that a little bit louder than I thought I did because I'm wearing noise cancellation headphones. And so what?
So what? Go heavy. And sometimes you're gonna inspire people too. And they're gonna be like, oh, I'm not going that hard. Should I be?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be. And even that, like to be lifting heavy, to be pushing ourselves, we didn't walk in the gym and start doing that. That happened by walking in and putting baby weights and doing little bits of something and baby stepping it into the gym. So like at the whole point of this is like I know we've circled back into the gym many times, but like the evolution that happens as you keep going is something that you can only experience for yourself if you do it. And I fear and I feel like a lot of people quit way too early because they want that the immediate results, the immediate physique changes, the immediate confidence boost, the immediate personality, like just changes in your identity, and better emotional strength. Like that comes with time. We have only been able to handle everything that has been put on our plate because we've done the work in order to do so. And like you and I were just having a conversation right before we got on this podcast, and I shared like some stuff that's been going on, and it's some hard stuff and you shared some difficult things that have been going on. And I can't help but think that we have the emotional strength, the emotional bandwidth, like everything that we have right now because of the gym and like
Mhm.
our fitness journeys and building that strength, that resilience, that belief in ourselves, that even things that have absolutely nothing to do with the gym, nothing, personal relationships, familial things, work related things, whatever, is more manageable because of this journey. So this all just goes to say, like, whether you're a newbie and you're listening to this, or you are a seasoned athlete, or you are somewhere in the middle, it really doesn't matter. The cost of quitting is going to cost you not just the physique, it's not just going to cost you your health, it will literally cost you your life and the person that you can be and the person that you can become. And remembering that the gym is not just about your physique, like literally having a nice physique is only the bonus. Like that is just the added benefit. And too many people are too focused just on the physique when that is just that's just like the lip gloss that you put on. Like that's just like the extra little sparkly layer. Like everything else, the unseen, the unfelt work that only you can experience is something that goes beyond words of just what it does for you.
Yeah. The I'm going to say something a little controversial, but if I had not started working out, what was it? What today? It's the 2020, it's the 2026.
It's the
If
20 of the 26.
so 2026. If I had not started working out a decade ago, I would not be getting married to my fiance today.
Me neither.
100%. We
100%.
we never would have met because my standards would still have been super low. The gym helped me raise my standards. It helped me see that I was worth more than what I was allowing myself to take from other people, whether it was friendships or definitely in relationships. I would have, if I had never stopped or started going to the gym, I'd still be dating fuck boys that would give me like very brief external validation and then they'd mess me up even more emotionally. I can almost very clearly see where my life would be right now
Yeah.
had I not started going to the gym
And
over
it's
10
just a
years
really
ago.
scary place. It's like
It's
actually terrifying.
totally different.
It's
Totally different.
terrifying.
Yeah. I wouldn't have a healthy relationship with a man that like literally is such a good provider. And I don't mean that in like a superficial way, but like I was always in my masculine
Yeah.
because I never dated people that like knew how to actually be a healthy man. Um, I
You
would
wouldn't have
never,
we wouldn't have these friendships. We would not be sitting here and having this conversation today.
we would not. I wouldn't have had the confidence to completely change my career at what, 30 something? Wouldn't have been, no, none of it. Totally different life. So
Yeah.
if that isn't a reason enough for anyone listening to just like start,
And it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter
yeah.
if you are 20, it doesn't matter if you're 40. I think this is just such a beautiful place to wrap up, Mandy. I could not agree with you anymore. I would not be engaged to the incredible man that I'm engaged to today had I not started my fitness journey. And it's not because of my physique and that I have a hot bod. Like, it's like this, me, this personality, this
Hmm.
being truly myself would have never come out. Like you said, standards would have never been raised, discipline would have never been built, community would have never changed, and it terrifies me. Like actively will have a nightmare if I think too much about who I would have been had I not started. And like you said, if that doesn't shake you to your boots to know that whatever situation you're in right now, good, bad, neutral, I don't know, whatever, if you know that it could get better by you simply starting to take better care of yourself, working out, taking more, paying more attention to the foods that you eat, to the people that you spend time with, just like pouring more into yourself. If you know that you can be doing that and making the change and you're not, you should be shaken in your boots by all the potential that you're losing just in every part of your life. So I say that with all of the love. I I say that with all of
Always.
the love. And I hope you guys got something good from this podcast. Mandy, thank you so much for having this conversation with me. We pivoted so many times here,
That's
but
okay.
it was such a great conversation and thank you for this.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, you guys go ahead and hop over to Mandy's podcast. That's every Monday. It's going to be unfiltered and functional. You can find her on Spotify and on YouTube. So wherever you are, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, give her 5 stars, all of that on hers. And if you could be so kind to do the same thing over here, we love making these podcasts. We love making the podcast grow. Mandy, stop slurping your coffee. Let me finish
I'm
this.
so
Let
sorry.
me finish my outro, please. Okay, we'll have a coffee break after. I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, seriously, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're always open to suggestions. If there's anything specific that you want us to talk about, whether it's the start of our fitness journey, where we're at currently, the middle ground, anything that we could have talked about that piqued your interest. So feel free to comment. Our Instagrams are going to be linked down below. I don't know why I started just now, but our Instagrams are going to be linked down below in the description. And we will talk to you next Sunday on next Sculpt Session Sundays session. Yes. Okay, bye.
Bye.